Hey, so today I want to talk about YS park combs and show you a few of mine, because if you're anything like me, you want to look up everything on the internet before you buy it. Internet shopping is great, fantastic, but if you can't see it and look at it in your hand, I don't know, I get a little bit frustrated. You buy something and you're not quite sure how it's going to turn up. I mean, they're just combs, so it's nothing too mind-blowing to buy, but they can be quite big investments for combs. I mean, in England you're looking at like between like £10–15 per comb average, and they can be more than that as well. Just to say about that, I got most of mine, about half and half I got from a friend in Tokyo, the other half from Cool Blades, which is an online shop in England. So I'm going to just go through some of the ones that I've got. To start off with, I've got is a YS150, sorry. It's a backcombing comb. I bought this one. Basically, I had those teasing combs for a while. I never really got on with them. They're okay. They're fine for some things, but they always bugged me a little bit. And I had to do hair for an opera, and the whole chorus wanted to have all the hair backcombed, like it was all backcombing. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that with teasing comb, because they drive me mad. So I went online and I had a look at it, and luckily YS Park had just released this one. So if I show you a bit more closer, if you can see that, it's just a comb. It's got 3 rows of teeth. There's the 2 outer cut rows, and then one in the middle that's smaller and with the black teeth. Anyway, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. For backcombing, it was just amazing. I always struggled with the teasing combs. I'm alright for some things, but for backcombing, I never got I could never really get in there with them, and this really does get in there. Yeah, it does what it says it does, but I really like it. It looks a bit scary, I think. I've had a few people sort of comment on it looking a little bit scary, but maybe if you got it in a different colour as opposed to white, because I think people have always said it looks a little bit macabre, but yeah, it's really good. So that's the YS150. Next is the YS112, and I think it's the 112X, which just means the teeth are closer together, finer. It's a tail comb, pintail comb, whatever. I really like it though, for weaving highlights and stuff. It's really good. The teeth are great, and they get really good tension, and being so fine, it makes the weave really easy as well. But again, it's just, these are all just combs, you know. I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to my tools, but yeah, it's really great. I really like it. There's not much else to say about it. That's a 112. Next is a 101, which is the same, but it's just a plastic, so, you know, I don't use it that much actually. When I bought it, yeah, I don't really use it that often, to be honest. It's nice though, it does the job. It's the same as the 112 really, except with the plastic end. I think, yeah, 112 is slightly longer. Anyway, you would use them in different jobs, but yeah. So that's my tail combs, and now it kind of gets a bit more interesting, I think. This is a 339, which is the cutting comb, like the regular cutting comb. I love this thing. I really love this thing. I think it's fantastic. I think it's the first one I bought, the first YS Park comb I bought, and it cost me about £15, and I was a bit like apprehensive about spending £15 on a comb, and then I got it and used it, and now I know why. And to be honest, I need to get more. If you go on hairbrain.me, they sell them in some really good colours as well, and also it's a really great website that you should go on if you're not already, because it's just fantastic. But yeah, this is a great comb. I love it. It's really smooth. It gets really nice tension. It's really small. It's regular size. I think it's 189mm. But people have sort of said to me before, like, oh, that's a bit small. But I really like it being so small. And it's quite thin. It's just great. It fits in my hand really well. These are my scissors. They're 5.75 like my regular kind of workhorses, and you can see like it's not that much. It's quite small, but I really like that about it, the fact that it's so small, and I use it for almost everything. The only time I don't use it, and the only limitation I found with it, which kind of brings me on to the next comb as well, is for like when people have got really long, really big hair. It's got this Italian girl's hair, and she refers to her hair as her mane, and it's like as a thing. She refers to it as a thing, and it was really brutal. And I was trying to sort of pick it up with this, and the comb was just like it was really making a fight of it. Where this comb just wasn't really cutting it. It doesn't flex that much, but I just wasn't really cutting it. So I got a 336, which is the next size up. And I think it's not that much longer, but the teeth are slightly longer, so it's really only that much longer. The teeth are slightly longer, I think, like a few mil, sort of, yeah. I don't know if you can see that really. I'll put an image up at the end with all my combs laid out, so you can see the difference in all the sizes and such. But it's a little bit longer. The teeth are a little bit longer, but the main difference is it's quite a bit thicker. Along the spine, and it's got the ridges which people love, this really is great for slightly longer hair where the 339 is just not going to cut it. Pun. Where the 339 is not going to cut it. The 336 is just is a bit stronger, and this is a bit long for me, a bit big for me. I prefer really small combs and really small tools, but this is great. When I see a head of hair and I think it's gonna be too weedy for this, I use a 336 generally, and it's great. But yeah, that's the differences there. I don't know if you can see the sort of differences between the thickness, but. It doesn't look a lot, but it's much sturdier, and you don't get, when you're sort of picking up longer hair with this fillet, it's just struggling. Whereas this will just straight up. It's nice. So that's the 339 and the 336, which are really kind of my two cutting combs that I use the most. Then you got a 332, which is just a beast. It's a bit more flexible. It's not massively flexible, but these big fat teeth, great for dry cutting, going in afterwards, and just it's just fantastic. Really good for fringes, like if you're doing a heavy fringe and you can pick it up with the comb, pop the hair in there. It's fantastic. Really nice comb. I really like it actually. I don't use it as often as I should because I'm lazy, but I do. When I do remember it, it's great, and I really, really enjoy using it. And then I think, I should remember this every time. That's a 332. And then lastly, I've got a 254, which is the barbering comb for scissor over comb work, which actually I haven't used yet. It came just a couple of days ago. I'm a little bit skeptical that it's going to be that much helpful, but I just wanted to buy a new comb. But it's really bendy. They say it's like for bending on the scalp. It's just crazily flexible. It's literally really bendy. Strange looking comb. Say it's made for scissor over comb work. I think. I want to try it out. I haven't. I think it came on Friday evening, so I haven't got a chance to use it yet. But I will first chance I get. I think it'll probably be alright. I don't know if I'll be something I use. I just tend to like buying tools. But yeah, so that's 254, and that's it for my wires part combs really. There's not much else to say about them other than the fact that there's not a lot of information on the internet about them in terms of like videos or comparison or something. I mean, you get the shot blur, but that's about it. So I just wanted to make this video just so that you could kind of see them all and compare them all for yourself and see the sizes in the hands and stuff. I mean, that's about that. Yeah, great combs, great investments. Quite expensive, but you get what you pay for, really. Yeah, I'll put an image up with like all the combs laid out so you can see the different sizes and such. Yeah, and I hope it's useful if you're bit like me when it comes to buying stuff on the internet. Alright, cheers.